Live again. Haven't been here for a while. Lovely to see you all. Um, or maybe you're not here yet, but you will be joining soon, hopefully. It is Tuesday. Is it the 18th today? I have been. Let me just close a couple of my screens here so they don't start popping up. And I have to turn off my heater. You know, this cold weather, it needs to stop. It is freezing outside. I think it's minus 23, and my room is really chilly. So what I've done, why isn't this coming up? Hang on, I need to get back into my channel. I put the heater on, but it's really dry, so I am going to just go and turn it off. If some of you have already seen, hi, good morning, Melissa, good morning, C. Some of you have already seen that I have uploaded a video to YouTube. If you are a Substack newsletter subscriber, you will have seen also that I just added it there. I still have to add it to Patreon. That's a whole big thing. I've been thinking really hard about Patreon and Substack, and I'm going to make the switch April 1st. So I'm going to give you all 1 month. 1 month is going to be normal. I'm going to give you all access to Substack, and we're going to try it for the month of March to not have to do both. I have a lot of background organizational things to do within Patreon because we've been there for so long, and I want to make sure that I don't lose some of my posts. So I need to speak to a pro like Beth, because she's done this. She's did the switch as well. It's a lot, and I need to just, reel it in and make sure that everyone is on the same page as me. Good morning. Hi, Teresa. Hello, Meryl. Hello, Carolyn. Good morning. Yes, Melissa says, I think that's going to simplify your life by just having one platform. I think so too. I think what happened was I jumped over to Substack because a lot of friends were going over there, and I love the community over there. It's so much easier to share posts and comment and do all that, and it feels really good. So it's been about, I don't know how long, but I'm gonna make that switch. So don't worry, you don't have to do anything. I will give you all a free month over on Substack while this is doing the switch, and then I'll close down Patreon at the end of March so that no more billing goes out, and then I'll try to figure it out throughout these next month and a half. Yes, there's so much more discoverability as well over there. You are right. Anyway, so I did do a little video of all the drawings that were in my sketchbook and chatted a little bit about them. A few people have been chatting about the 100-day project, which is coming up. I am going to also do a picture today in my sketchbook, so I will be drawing, so don't just think I'm going to be chatting. Yeah, the 100-day project. Who is joining the 100-day project? I have joined. Did I do one last year? I may not have done one. I don't know, but I've been joining for a few years, a lot of years, and I think it's a great way to just explore either one subject or and make it personal. Hannah Marie from Denmark. Hi, hvordan har du det? Min far er dansk. So Hannah, I think she just contacted me. She saw me comment on Dylan Sarah's feed yesterday. We were on Dylan's. Thank you, Meryl, because Meryl reminded us that Dylan has Dylan has a live drawing session every day, just 10 minutes. I think it was 20 minutes yesterday. Anyway, so I know that Nick was there and C was there and Meryl was there, and we drew Elena Barcio. And she is on YouTube. She's also on Instagram, but you can't tag her in your work. So I just messaged her and sent her this image of her yesterday. Anyway, Hannah contacted me and said, I want to do your multimedia portrait class. So that was great. So nice to see you here, Hannah. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to be working on a page from Oaxaca, and hopefully I have pictures on my other device because I have my camera on the stand, so I will see what I have. And then we'll talk a little bit about the 100-day project. Hannah says, sorry, where did you find the 100-day project? Hey, Charlotta, jag hade gått. Jag hade gått. And my mom is Swedish, so I have a weird accent. Not that I speak Swedish, but you know, sometimes when I read Danish, I forget, and I get this weird Swedish accent. Where do you find the 100-day project? I think there is a website, the100dayproject.com, but you really don't have to. You don't have to go looking for that. It's just your commitment to doing 100 days of the same project. Now, some people have been doing a 100-day project because they took a theme. They've been doing it for the past couple of years. It's okay. They just have been doing 100 days of, or 100 images of the same thing. I did 100 birds and bulls. I've done 100 portraits, I think. I did, what else did I do? I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of things. 100 patterns. The patterns were really a great project to do. I think a lot of us did the patterns. So, but I will, maybe I'll do a post about it and see if people, I used to, when I did a 100-day project, I used to post, I used to post every day, the 100 days. Hi, Susan. Thank you. Yeah, I used to post every day, the 100 days. And yeah, it was a lot. Okay, I'm going to do this photo. It's a picture that I posted. Maybe I posted for one of our meets, but I really love the patterns and everything and the colors too. So I'm going to do this one. So yeah, when I was doing the 100-day project, I would post every day for the 100 days. And some people do that just to be accountable for it. But I think I'll post once a week. I found a beautiful sketchbook, which I will share with you, not right now because it's upstairs. It was pricey, but I'm going to use that for my 100-day project. And I'm going to be focusing on my travels that I just had. I know that I have this sketchbook of travels, but I want to work from all the photos that I've taken. And I have over 3,000. So I know that I can find images that I want to work on. So that's what I'm going to do. And also just noting down stories and different memories that I had from those little times that we had in Oaxaca and San Miguel de Allende, because it's a beautiful place. And I think for the next 100 days I can definitely pull out some imagery. Okay, when I went through my sketchbook, I knew that I had a couple of pages that I can still use. So I'm trying to find those. There was one gray one, and I just can't find it. So bear with me. I'm going to start soon. Melissa says that's going to be a beautiful art book after 100 days. I think it will be, I'm going to try and really, just, it doesn't really have to be incredibly beautiful, but I do want to just either take half a page for one of the days. Oh, here it is. Either take one page or take half a page or take a double spread, maybe half an hour a day. It could be 10 minutes a day, and just put something in the book with a memory. Yeah, so this, I have, like, I did a little video yesterday of the sketchbooks, and I will do a longer post because that was a really short post. I cannot post at night, but I wanted to post it. But that was a really short post, so I will do a longer post with names of places and links to coffee shops, so that if anybody is going to San Miguel de Allende or to Oaxaca, then they have where we went. I made a little map also of Oaxaca before going to Oaxaca and gave everybody that little map. I think it helped. I think it gave people a little bit of a perspective of where we were in the city, because I know that it takes me a little bit of time to get used to just my whereabouts. San Miguel was a little bit higgledy-piggledy. I got a little bit confused to where we were, but after a while, and if anybody came with me the first time to Oaxaca, then you can probably say the same. When we were in Oaxaca, I got everybody lost the first time we went, so that was quite funny. So this is just, it's a little restaurant that we went into. Galeria Arte. I can't remember the name of this restaurant. I have it. I'm sure I have it. It was the one where I did, and I don't have it. Hang on. I thought I had it. Oh, it's in this book. It was this sketch that I did, and oh, it's called Jacques, and you go up these stairs and there's a beautiful courtyard, and we had lunch there, or breakfast, lunch. It was really good. The mic seems to be cutting in and out a little bit. Uh-oh, it could be me just talking not to. I have to get one of those mics that you have, Melissa. I should ask you about it. Okay. I really don't, like, for my YouTubes, I really don't do too much, so I need to start thinking about that, I think. Good morning, Maria. Does it seem a little bit better now, Melissa, or not? Okay, I have to tell you a story. I think some of you knew my daughter was going on a trip. She was supposed to take off on Sunday morning, and she just took off now, hoping, praying, fingers crossed, because I was chatting with her just before I came on live, and she said, oh yeah, we're backing up right now, like we're about to taxi. So from Sunday morning to now, she's going with a friend, so she went back to her friend's house and then came back to the airport yesterday at 4 p.m. Just as she was driving in, the Delta airplane flipped over. So then it was delayed even further. And it was supposed to take off at 9 p.m. last night. And it didn't, it's like just taking off now, like 7 a.m. So she is almost 3 days late. 2 days late for her trip. Isn't that awful? Like, I don't think, like, I can remember having a 11-hour delay in England with the girls when they were just babies. And that was awful. But I think her delay is up to 46 hours right now. Oh no. C says it's cutting out longer and longer. That's awful. Hang on, let me just make sure that none of my buttons are... Okay, I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. I don't know if that really helps, but we'll see. Maybe it's this case that's not... because I got a new case. Oh, Louise says, sound is okay for me. Susan says, I can hear you fine. Jennifer says, I missed who was traveling with such... My daughter, Ashley. Yeah. Oh, she just kept saying, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. So hopefully she gets to her destination and hopefully she gets some rest on the plane. That's really hard. She's going with a budget airline, and I guess that's what happens when you go with a budget airline. They get pushed and pushed and pushed, right? Whereas if you go with a more reputable airline, they have more pull on what happens, who goes first. I don't know. I'm not sure how it really works, but I just know that she is exhausted. Okay, I think I'm going to use this as my first step right here. That would make sense because then I can use this part, the gray, and pull this down here, white. I have pens everywhere and paints everywhere. I've got to clean up my room today. Yeah, I mean, like my husband said, they're young, they're safe, like really, like you have to think of those things as well. So anyway, just gonna block that out. And I don't have my, it's called the Pigma pen that I got, and I got many of them, so that was the pen that I was using a lot on the trip. I know these are details. I don't usually do details in the right at the beginning, but I want to get this little area done. Just this little bit of detail. And this is just the Stedler brush marker. Somebody was asking about it in comments on YouTube. And yeah, it doesn't go through because this beautiful sketchbook that I can't get anymore, it has great paper that nothing bleeds through it. It's fantastic. So yeah, so anybody doing the 100-day project, I know it's a big commitment, but really we do art every day. So if you can do something that you want to accomplish every day, like if you just add to it every day, I feel like that's a good start. So for example, if you want to practice portraits every day, or if you want to practice or if you want to draw your house every day, or if you want to draw what's in your fridge every day, and that's what you want to practice, then I think it's definitely doable to not put the stress on stress on yourself. Okay, yeah, Melissa, she said, I'm on 286 of my self-portraits. I'll just continue with that. And I think that's a great idea. It's just making your commitment daily to do something. And that's what it is, right? I remember when we first started our dailies, like just our daily group and showing up every morning. And we were counting the days, and that was really fun. And we reached 100 really quickly. C says, I'm getting a theme. Do you know when this begins? It begins on the 23rd. So, which is really late for the 100-day project. It hasn't been that late for a long time, which is fine because I thought I had missed it. So that's good. SD confirmed. It was the 23rd that it starts. So today is the 18th. The 23rd is when? When is the 23rd? I guess 5 days from now. You're welcome. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you? Okay, so I am going to, I mean, I guess I could have started this. No, I'll start on the, but I want to finish this sketchbook, and I have a few pages that I need to just add things to. And if you have watched my video on YouTube, you will know that I do want to go back to Oaxaca. I know some of you really want to go, so it's something that I've been in talks with Trova Trips, so I may do the same trip going back there. I think it's I mean, I'm gonna still get lots out of it, and knowing the trip and how it is, I know that you guys will love it as well. Before, I didn't have a max number on how many people I wanted to take with me, but now I know I don't want more than 12, so it's going to be exclusive to just 12 people. I think it's a good size group, and so I think I'm going to stick to that, and they were okay at minimizing that group size, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, everything looks a little floaty right now. I'm going to use this pen for the areas that I need to put black in. This is like line blocking or color blocking, but just with line, which is a fun way to go about it, so you're not really stressing yourself out. I'm just looking at where all the black is on the page. We do this a lot in my classes when we're doing market scenes. If you've done Beth's meet with me when we were doing complex scenes, this is definitely a way that my head can get around not getting stressed. What is everybody working on? I know that these mornings we used to, or we usually, and I did send out a message, do Family February for February, but this February was a little bit different because of my trip. So I'd love to know what you're working on, if you are here working, or if you're here just listening, or if you're here just watching. Let me know in the comments. C is working on a book cover. Melissa says, oh, Louise says Sunday. Sunday! Oh yeah, of course. The 23rd is Sunday because Melissa leaves on Sunday. She goes on Sunday. C says, oh, and you draw on the plane, Melissa? Can you draw on the plane? Melissa says yes, in the airport and on the plane. Melissa says, great people, drawing time. Yes, lots. C says she's doing a book cover. Melissa says she's drinking coffee. Susan says, I'm doing chairs. Are you doing chairs for the 100-day project, or are you doing chairs right now, Susan? It's a little bit more black at the edges of these. My straight lines are not very straight this morning. Oh, I have the other side too. Very not straight. That's okay. Oh, I gotta make sure that I don't go over that pillar. Jennifer says, listening now, will work on the meets from this weekend after this. Oh, fun. And Susan says, thinking about doing chairs for 100-day project, but started last week. Perfect. Yeah, sounds like you got a good head start, Susan. For sure. That's, I mean, like Melissa's continuing hers. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just the commitment of doing something for those 100 days. And like I said, I think you all do things every day. So, but the 100-day project, it really does push you, I think. It gives you that commitment to doing it. Well, you make that commitment to doing it, but it's nice to have that as a reason. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people are like, I don't want to commit. But like I said, I'm not going to post every day, only because I'm trying not to post as much as I was. It takes up a lot of time. All right, and then there are lots of triangles going up the stairs, and I'm gonna have to do that with another color. Let's just sketch in those stairs. Look how they're just, it's really a little bit crazy how vertical they are going up here, but I know that they are not vertical. like they have a direction and they actually go off a little bit and get smaller as they go up higher. So I've got to be aware of that, making them a little bit bigger as they come down. And then there's lots of plants here as well. So I'm just drawing in this very light color, just blocking in the shape. There's a little table down here as well. I'm also going to try to make, like, to give these places reviews, because I don't do that as often as I should. And I know how important reviews were to us as we were walking around the town trying to find places. Those reviews meant everything. Like if there was a great review, we were more trusting that it was going to be a great place. So, and before I went to Oaxaca, I did a lot of, well, I'd been there the year before, but even the year before I did a lot of research and looking at reviews. And so if you go somewhere and you love it, please, I think it's really important that you either comment or leave reviews or let them know how you enjoyed the place. And I know some people may think, oh my God, that's so much, but it, you know, it's their business. Hannah Marie says, I just finished a portrait with markers on Carson paper called The Wall. 200 grams. Is it, the Carson paper is called The Wall? Melissa says, that's a great point, especially for smaller establishments. Yes, especially for a smaller establishment. So, you know, obviously not for those big ones, but for smaller ones, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, Hannah, is that a, Hannah Marie, is that a paper called The Wall, or the portrait is called The Wall? Okay, so there's a bit of this gray going up the stairs because there's a wall on this right hand side. So up here in the back there's a wall. Oh, Canson. Is it watercolor paper, Hannah Marie? Canson. I do use the Canson XL paper for watercolors. It's not my favorite for gouache, but we prep the page as well, and I'll show you that in our classes. That we'll be prepping some pages. Yeah, so my portrait class starts on Wednesday. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. and it's 2 days per week for the next 6 weeks. So I know that quite a few of you here have joined, and thank you so much. And it will this week it's just pencil and pencil crayons. So when I say pencil crayon, colored pencils, so just regular colored pencils. Any brand will do. Even if they're water soluble, you just won't be using water. So the first day is really just pencil. So I do also consider 14B to be a pencil, even though it's more crayon-like. But also it can be mechanical pencil. I'll have a variety of pencils with me. But yeah, it's I'm excited for it to start. I think I said in my video that we're just going to be working on one portrait. Well, I already added 3 for the first lesson, but it doesn't mean that I need some warm-ups as well, so we don't necessarily have to use the same portrait for the warm-up. And if you have an image of somebody that you want to use in the class, then absolutely bring them. I know that some people like working from their own images, so that's fine as well. You'll see I pick quite a variety of portraits. I try to make sure that there's great lighting on them because I like using a lot of high contrast imagery, but you know, so just be aware of that when if you are picking your own images for the class, that you are picking images which do have high contrast, because you'll be looking at that when you're doing your work. All right, let's get some green on here. It's a very bright green, so I'm going to take my lightest, brightest, and just get these blocked in. Melissa, so this is your last art hang party for a couple of weeks. Do you have a theme for this week, Melissa, that you want to share? Oh, Hannah Marie says the wall is the name of the paper in Canson, the fabric paper for the markers. Ah, okay. Ooh, so it's almost like I've never tried that one. I'll have to look. Fabric producer. Ah, okay. Melissa says, I only caught snippets of that, but we are doing city scenes, urban sketching this week at Art Hang Party. Honestly, like, is it cutting out? Who else is this cutting out for? That's awful. Oh, no. Maybe it's the cold weather, Melissa. Maybe it's because it's so cold. Melissa says, the next 2 weeks will be pre-recorded sessions. Same thing, same time and setup as premieres on my channel so people can still chat together. Oh, so fun. That's kind of cool. So it'll release at the same time at 7 p.m. But you just, it's cutting out there as well. I think it's the weather. Maybe it's the weather. Because if Susan says it's not cutting out, anyone else it's not cutting out for? I think it's the weather. We are having such cold weather. Minus 23 today, Melissa. And Teresa. Teresa, do you go away for the winter? Or are you still in Canada, in Toronto? Oh, I do like that blue. Let me try. Maria says it's not cutting out here. And Teresa says here too. It's cutting out with Teresa, but not in Ohio. I can still catch the gust of what you're saying. Oh no. And Louise says it's not cutting out for me. It must be Canada. That's weird. That's so strange. And maybe the snow, because C says it's cutting out for her too. Oh no. Susan says you must have loved the warm weather in Mexico. We did. We loved the warm weather in Mexico, right, Maria? It was just gorgeous. Maria was still cold. She was cold all the time. Sorry, Maria, giving away your secrets. But I mean, she would always, we would stay in the shade and she wanted to sit in the sun, which was fine because it meant that she would take the sunny side of everything. It was good. It all works out. Okay, underneath here, I didn't realize, but there's some of this color as well. The shadows, the structure. And a little bit of blue underneath here as well. See, I like doing it this way because I don't have to draw everything out. Yeah, I know. Melissa says so weird that it's for some and not for others. Yeah, I'm really projecting my voice today because I want it to be clear. C says, I think we kind of live in Canada. Oh, you can come and live in Canada. Maria says, yes, I miss the warm weather. It was cold in the shade. Teresa says, we used to go to Mexico every December, but are here now. Blah. I know. Well, maybe you have to start going again. It's so nice. Where did you go in Mexico, Teresa? Okay, that's not there. Sometimes I go too far and do too much. I was going to do this in the fat pen. Maybe I will do it in the fat side. It's just up here I wanted to use the smaller one. We love Puerto Vallarta. I have friends who always go there as well and they love it. I guess when you're coming from Canada, you just want the sun, the sea, and the sand, especially in the midst of winter. But the towns are so pretty as well, inland. That's a little bit quicker. It's fun when there's a pattern on something because you can bring it into your picture. It doesn't have to be perfect. I need some terracotta, some ochre over here. Oh, and here it needs to be. There are some darker areas underneath, and a rail that I can put on here. These Stedler markers are just great. They do go over your neocolors, but you do have to press really lightly because if not, it picks up a lot of the neocolors. So I don't do it too often. This tree is actually in the foreground. I think it's just, I don't think it's alive, this tree. And then we have some greens. And I have this gold. Do you guys have the gold neocolor? I don't feel like it's really gold. My neocolors are so dirty. But it does give a little bit of a sheen, and it has a really great color to it. And then this greenery needs some darker areas. I know I put black, but some more texture. Could have filled this just with the black, but I have a dark gray, so I can use that. Good morning, Hank. How are you? Oh, Mocha Tribe. How are you? Thank you for reminding me. Teresa says, the weather, the people, the color, the food. It's all true. Mexico screams great people, great food, great weather. Yeah, great locations. Susan says, I recently heard that there are more art museums in Mexico City than any other city in the world. I mean, that is also another option. There's a 4-day Trovo trip to Mexico City. If I have enough people that jump on that bandwagon for the end and beginning of January or the beginning of February, I would do that. If there's more people interested in that, that would be really great. Because I haven't been to Mexico City, so I think we could all explore there. It's only 4 days though, I think. Oh, but maybe I could extend it. Maybe I could talk with them. right, I'm going to darken some of these, the white of the stairs. I don't think it needs to be that white. Does it look like little stairs going up? And then I would like to darken this whole area because I want this to be light. So what I'm going to use is, do I have my art graph? Oh, my art graph. Did I take it? I don't think I took it with me. I don't think I took it with me. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use my art graph for this. Melissa says, last time we went to Mexico, we went to Tulum, a lot less resorty than Cancun, though it still has resorts. A friend of mine was wanting to go to Tulum. I guess they've been there many times. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities. So many places to visit. Mexico is big. Very, very big. I think this is too dark. I can lighten it though. If you're just joining, hello. I just released a video of my sketchbooks from Oaxaca and San Miguel, and it's on YouTube. There are some extra links in my newsletter if you want to become a newsletter subscriber. Just go into my description and find that. It's on there. And what else do I have to say about it? Yeah, so that just got released this morning. I will also post in Patreon. We were just talking at the beginning, if you've missed it, that I will be combining Patreon and putting everyone over to Substack. Hopefully, it's an easy transition. I just have to figure out all the posts and everything. So these beautiful little places are wonderful because they're usually lit up by either a skylight or they're completely open inside these terraced restaurants, which makes them feel beautiful and airy. This can be darker. I'm picking up some new color as well on here. That's okay. It's water soluble, so that's not gonna be a problem. So even though I prepped the page, I really didn't use too much of it. And actually I want to lighten. I don't know how light this is on here. It's a little bit lighter, not as light as I need. Here, let's take a little bit of this color. Yeah, I've got a couple of grays in the neo colors, which probably would work really well for even like just the lighter bits of the tiles. So I will be back tomorrow morning here, probably working on another page from my sketchbook. I could probably go a little bit darker over here. I'm squinting my eyes and seeing what I could do to just make it slightly more atmospheric. Those big contrasts of light and dark, I'm always trying to capture. And maybe with my 14B, it can help me a little bit. I like seeing where the edges are. Not everybody likes that, but I like seeing where the edges are because it helps the eye determine where things start and where things stop. There's that little bit of pink as well. And the light blues that are coming down here. They have like streamers that are coming down. They always decorate everything with so much color. It's so pretty. You know, it looks like they've had a party. Or a party just left, which is really sweet, I think. It means that they've celebrated life in some way. All right, it is 8:01. We have been drawing for an hour, everybody, and I hope that you have had a good morning drawing as well. Just remember, just that little bit a day really helps. for me, it definitely helps just start my day, grounds me. I can try different techniques, use different materials. Today is Tuesday, so I know that Dylan Sarah has a drawing session this afternoon. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to it. If you came on my Oaxaca trip, we are going to do we have a get-together meeting and a show and share. We are looking at each other's sketchbooks if you want to share. And you were on our group, that is in our group chat. And if you didn't get that link, please let me know and I can resend it. Yeah, so I think that's all that's happening today. And if you want to sign up for my portrait class, if Hannah Marie has already signed up, that means there's 3 spots left. So get on it and message me if you don't know the code. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good day. Gracias, Teresa. Susan says, can we access the weekend replays if we weren't able to attend? Yes. Go back into the chat. Go back into the Padlet. They are both there, Susan. And thank you, Mocha Tribe. Rebecca says, thanks for this. Kept me company while tidying up. Yay. That's always a good thing. Company while tidying up. Hannah Marie says, I could not put the course in the cart. Oh, well, I will double check it. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye, everybody.